Hey, John from whatchouwearing.com, and in this video I'm going to give you a overview review of the Fossil Q Marshal smartwatch. It's this one right here. It's the smoked stainless steel. But just before that, I'm going to quickly explain the differences, because if you're looking at Fossil, you're maybe scratching your head a little bit about the differences among the three full smartwatch options that they offer. Okay, so we've got the Wander, the Marshal, and the Founder. The differences are this: the Founder has a smooth bezel. The Marshal has the grooved or notched bezel. You can see that right here. See that? I know it's pretty minute difference, but that's the difference. And then when we go over the Wander, first off, if you get the steel chain with the Wander, you can see it's quite a bit more refined. You got the smaller links than with the Marshal and Founder. The other difference is this: the way the strap connects. It's got this bar here, and it's got just a little bit more of a refined or elegant look, whereas this has got more of a rugged, masculine look with the seamless attachment to the watch case. And then finally, just the clasps on the end are a little bit different. You'll see that the Marshal's got quite a bit bigger, and the Wander is a little bit smaller with the double button. The Founder is the same as the Marshal. So those are the key differences. Buying tip: I would definitely, if you're going to buy any Fossil watch, get one with the steel band, because you can buy the silicone, canvas, or leather bands separately and then swap them out really easily. But at this time, and I've just recently talked to Fossil about this, you can't get the steel bands on their own. All right, now that may change, but for now, so get the steel band with the watch, and then you can swap them out. All right, let's jump into the details of the Marshal. You can see it's got the notched or grooved watch face there. You've got a singular button on the side that actually works. When you click that, it just takes you to the clock or home page, home screen. We've got the back here is where the charger goes on. It's a magnetic attachment, so you just kind of just right like that, and it clicks on there. Just be a little bit careful. It can easily slip off, so if the cord gets bumped, it's not terribly secure. It'll just pull off like that. Charges reasonably quickly. Battery life is going to last you. I get a easy full day, a good long 18-hour day, no problem. I use these things quite a bit. Not going to get 2 full days out of it though. So, I just, rule of thumb for me, basically any smartwatch that I own is I charge it overnight. End of story. If I want to wear it the next day, I'm going to charge it, and I'll get a full day out of it. But that's where they're at right now. I'm sure battery's going to improve over time for all the smartwatches. Now, this is, you can see, this is a smoked stainless steel. It's got the nice, thick, link stainless steel band. I think it's a nice looking. This is one of many watch faces available. Overall, I think this is a really nice looking watch. It's a little bit different than your very traditional and popular silver stainless steel. So it's just something a little different. Okay, let's jump into the back end and check out the software and the smart functions. All right, here we are. I've got it on my case now. I'm just going to give you a whirlwind tour of some of the smart functions that you get. Keep in mind, it's all app driven, so I don't have every Android Wear app installed on this watch. There's so many apps out there that you can add certain functionality to your Android Wear watch, not just necessarily Fossil, any Android Wear. So, and it's the same with all smartwatches. It's app driven, so the functionality just keeps growing and growing and growing. I like these mostly for notifications, email, text. I like looking at my calendar. Those are the main things that I use smartwatches for. I also like the tracking my steps and distance travel in a day. And then, I don't use this watch, the Marshal, for going to the gym or working out. It's just not really that type of watch. This is really for wearing in the office, going out for dinner. This is a stylish design watch. It's not a fitness watch, so I wear something different when I go to the gym. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to buy this, you're looking for something that you can just sort of wear every day. So everything just really functions in the app area here, other than the time, obviously. So you're going to come to this, and then you just scroll like this, and you access all of these functions. And again, I only have not that many installed on here because I don't use a whole lot. But the phone is great, right? You can just tap that, you can dial in and make a phone call. You can also receive calls, and that'll obviously alert you directly right on the clock side, and you just tap a button and answer the phone. And I've used it quite a bit because it's pretty convenient. I'm going to show you the keyboard here, because the keyboard is actually quite good with Android Wear. Here's a picture of the keyboard. Now you do have to scroll over to access all the letters. But I'm going to tell you from some other keyboards that I've used, this is the best one. I like it. And the reason is you can see it's a good size for each letter, so you're not going to be prone to make so many mistakes. And scrolling a little bit's preferable than making lots of mistakes with really tiny letters. So hats off to Android Wear, and basically these are the Google apps, the Google text messaging, Google Gmail, calendar. This is the keyboard that they put in there because it's just the best that I've used, and I've downloaded a lot of different keyboard apps to try to make this better for inputting text. So then what we did is we just swiped that way to get back to the home page. You can always press the button too, and then to get back into the apps, we're just going to swipe like that. So we've got email, we've got text messaging, inbound, and you can obviously reply and send out new text messages. Settings, pretty standard stuff. You adjust the brightness, you can change your watch face, you can set your gestures, sound, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, turn it on and off, and date and time. Pretty much it. Now this is the agenda calendar. I prefer the Google Calendar myself, but I do have both on there. Got a calculator. That's just an app that I downloaded. Find your phone. This is actually pretty handy once in a while. Google Fit, I use that for both Fit Activity and Fit because it's Google, and I can load it on all my smartwatches pretty much and sync it, and that way I've got one central area for fitness. But there are so many different fitness apps, like seriously, check them out. There may be something that's more suited for whatever your fitness activities and that you do. If you just run, there's some really good running specific fitness apps. For instance, I got a flashlight, keep getting. There we go. It always brings you back to the top. This is the Fossil Q app. So this is exclusive to Fossil. So this is where you can change your background colors, and then for each color you can choose different watch faces. So there's not a whole lot to choose from, but it gives you some ideas here. You just download that Fossil Q app in Google Play. It's free, and then you'll pair it with your Fossil Q watch. Hangouts, Maps. Maps is all right. It's a little bit small. It's a little bit difficult to use, but if you're really into mapping, you need something with really good GPS and so forth. This isn't the watch. It doesn't even have GPS built in. You're going to have to get something like a Garmin or something else with GPS and better mapping. Play music. I don't use the music through Google Music or Google Play Music. I use Spotify, and I have it on there. I did a video. You can check out the video. It's a Spotify with Android Wear. It's just okay. Not nearly as good as the Samsung Gear S3 Spotify, which is really, really good. That's brand new, though. That just came out. It's a separate app dedicated for Samsung, and it works really well. For Android Wear, it's just okay. If you're not into Spotify, obviously, that's irrelevant to you. Strava is another fitness tracker that I tried. I've got a stopwatch, timer, and weather, Zillow. Don't really use Zillow on here. It's a little small to really get a good sense. But that gives you an idea of certain functions you can get, and there's a lot more. That's how you navigate the watch. It's the same as pretty much on all Android Wear. And overall, I'm really happy with the Marshal. It is pretty heavy. It does slide down my wrist quite a bit, but that's pretty typical with these really thick stainless steel band watches. But take a look at it. It's a nice watch. This is definitely a watch you could pretty much wear to the more formal settings like workplaces, in the office, out to dinner, and so forth. But that's the whole point. That's why Fossil jumped into this market. They wanted to offer a smartwatch that's not just for going to the gym and being fitness oriented.